This year was so much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th. All new episodes of NBA 2K TV.
One of the best, the lively and colorful. And with tip-off coming. Great DA, thanks. Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the 3. And for San Antonio, they've got Pirtle. DeJounte Murray is out there with White. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Walker in at the small forward position. Now here's Murray. Out to White. Now the pass to Pirtle. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. 4 seconds left. The shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Anderson passes to Morant. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Big conference rivalry tonight, Chris. Think back to some of your legendary bouts between, say, your Sacramento team and the LA Lakers.
Oh, man, my ears are ringing right now. I got the cowbells ringing in my ears just from you saying that. But
pretty exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh, man, it was awesome. But it's not just another game. Your pride is involved. It's about your standings in the conference. And also, it's about fan bragging rights. So for us, you know, it was like the Battle of California. We wanted people in Sacramento to be able to walk around in L.A. and say, hey, we're the best right now.
Here's Murray following the score by Memphis. DeRozan with it. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Here's Morant. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Poke loose. Stolen by Jackson. And here again, the Grizzlies in transition. Up the court they go. And that one's good. Brooks.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Here's DeRozan. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Morant kicks to Jackson. It's Morant in the corner. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Their first miss after a perfect 4-for-4 start. Still, I really like the game plan they've come out with. Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for San Antonio. Still without a basket in the game. White the pass to Pirtle. Murray outside. Shot clock at 6. Outside DeRozan. Looking to end the run. And the dunk by DeRozan.
And when Pearl sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
Now here's Jackson. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Morant with a wide open look. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Spurs trail by 11. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And here is Murray. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Walker. And that one drops for him.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young. He still has a very bright future.
Here's DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
And he just glides to the hoop on his drives. DeRozan's got plenty of force to his game, don't get me wrong, but he makes everything look so effortless. An incredible reverse throwdown, excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Now, here's Walker. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. DeRozan in the corner. And not sure what he was thinking there.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Murray kicks to White. Pass to Pirtle. That's tipped. Stolen by Brooks. Here's Morant. Wow, hammering it in.
Oh, are you for real? Morant way, way up. That move is fire.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That's his first foul. And here's Mills from the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And so it's Memphis, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamanos. And the Grizzlies have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Governing the split of second chance opportunities, Jay. I mean, that's what has them in the lead after one.
We've got Mills. Zeller is out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Forbes in at the shooting guard. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game. But you can see why after that sequence.
Here is Forbes. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnovers. Well, Kevin, in the Memphis Grizzlies, I mean, playoff contenders for 7 straight seasons from 2010 to 2017. I mean, a Western Conference Finals appearance in 2013. Now a new phase as they look to rebuild this roster.
Here's Clark, and it's Clark slamming it down.
This is the mindset Clark has. He's opportunistic and really has an awareness of when to attack in transition.
Shots good by Mills. And Chris, in the small market of Memphis, there'd been a resistance to hitting that reset button and going young.
Well, yeah, with fan attendance dropping in each of the last 4 seasons, I mean, they've reached their pain threshold. And with this team struggling, the writing was on the wall.
Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against Dallas. Gay with no one around. No good with the triple.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Yeah, what was that? Did he forget about? Very strange.
Kicks it to Bellinelli. Back to Gay. He dishes it to Zeller. Spurs passing it around. Clock is at 3. Mills can't hit. Memphis leading by 14. And slam dunk by Clark.
Looking nimble on the drive there. Once Clark sees an opening in the defense, he's looking to exploit.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Mills kicks to Gay. Pass to Zeller. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, that's a good defender making a great play, and he does it without foul.
Fans, just broadcasters, love to see teams get out and attack in transition. Would you like to see the league crack down on intentional fouls that will halt that break, slow down that break, stifle that break?
No, because the home fans or the fans of the team that's fouling doesn't want that team to get out and get an easy 2 points. I mean, we still have to have defense in the game, so anything that takes away from team scoring, you just can't say, well, we want to watch them score, don't do it. No. And very honestly, if you're an unselfish team, usually on those breaks, it's usually because the player holds the ball too long.
Right.
Usually they have another open player in front of them that they could pass it up to. And if you're an unselfish team, usually you'll still give the fans what they want. And that's a crazy highlight on the break.
Now here's Morant. Jang, no luck.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Over to the wing, and here's Mills for three. The Grizzlies pull it in. Memphis with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Allen's shot is off. Spurs trail by 18. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Gay. San Antonio again missing. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Got that bucket in no time at all. 8 points for him.
Oh, great ball movement there.
San Antonio's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Forbes tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. For three. Offensive rebound. He can't get that one to fall. So it's San Antonio now. Inside. And that one's good by Gay. Gay's got his first 2 points of the night.
And Gay is surprisingly finessing the paint. A real offensive juggernaut.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Clark. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Zeller. DeRozan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Derek White's checked in for Brent Forbes. And Murray subbed in for Patty Mills. Now here's DeRozan. He had 13 points in the win against Dallas. He kicks it to Poeltl. Murray outside. Shot clock at 5. White with it. He's picked up by Brooks.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you back here. Memphis came out looking very confident. Some lights-out offense and defense. And
with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And the Grizzlies leading by 20. Kicking off the second half, here's Taylor Jenkins's 5. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the small forward. Now here's Morant. Pass to Anderson. Now here's Morant, guarded by Walker. And it's Morant missing.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
Jackson from long range. He can't get that one, and San Antonio will go the other way with it.
This was not what they had in mind coming out of the locker room at halftime. 4 shots so far and nothing to show for it.
Now here's Murray. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
2 points, that one goes. And it's 6 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And Pirtle does a little bit of everything for this team. A big man with superb passing ability.
Nice D from Brooks.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
Here's White. The Spurs rebound.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Morant's got 10.
Constantly competing. Morant is a terrific rebounder for his position and also a terrific finisher.
White the pass to Pirtle. DeRozan. It's good on the putback.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And stolen by Murray. And the Spurs pushing it up now. White's running. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Rudy Gay's checked in for DeRozan. Bryn Forbes comes in for Lonnie Walker. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. They've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment, good report, thank you so much. So it's the Spurs now. The Grizzlies making the shot. Gay, left side. Over Clark. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Gay.
Worked that one inside nicely.
Melton passes to Clark. And he's good on the 3-ball. He's got 11.
Oh, he can be sneaky good from deep sometimes. I mean, when he gets clean looks, he's got the ability to do some damage out there.
Here's Gay. The feed to Pirtle. It's stolen. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for San Antonio. And Memphis also making a switch. Morant's checked in.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. And that one is good. And the Grizzlies lead by 16.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Memphis. 22 is their biggest lead. And that one's good by Clark.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead.
Here's Mills. He has 6. Gay outside. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Grizzlies lead by 18. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
This is the versatility you need to play in today's game. Two guards have to be able to make plays for others.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Rudy Gay is out there with Jakob Poeltl. Then it's Mills. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Forbes in at the shooting guard position. That's the San Antonio 5. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
What an active player Brooks is. I mean, he does an awesome job there fighting to keep this possession alive.
Here's DeRozan. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game. Chris, when you look around the league, who do you feel is the most universally liked player in the league?
That's a good one because there's so many players with great stories. How about Derrick Rose? Fighting all those injuries, coming back, having a 50-point game, becoming a leader again there in Minnesota. The youngest MVP ever, watching his ups and downs. Luka Doncic, how about that guy? I mean, that's just from excitement of play. The fact that he's just infused this Dallas team with energy and fun. It's so much fun watching him. And then you got to go with the elder statesman. In other words, we call him the old head where I'm from. And that's Vince Carter. If you don't love Vince Carter, something's wrong with you because he's the line in the sand from Dr. J, Dominique, Jordan, and those dunkers to anything that's happening today. Vince Carter, he's the man.
Jackson from long range. Buries it from 3-point range.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Yeah, D-like, that isn't going to get you back in the game. You have to stay connected to these shooters.
And here is Poeltl after Jaren Jackson made that last 3-pointer. The pass to Mills, 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound, and it's DeRozan with the extra effort.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Here's Forbes. That 3 off the mark. And the Grizzlies leading by 21. Clark, the pass to Melton. Back to Clark. And Poeltl sends it back.
And you got to give appreciation to how Poeltl punishes shooters. A dynamite shot blocker with impeccable timing.
And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
I mean, come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
A different look now for San Antonio. Lonnie Walker, he's checked in for Gay. Derek White comes in for Bryn Forbes. And Murray's subbed in for Patty Mills. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jackson. And it's Kyle Anderson in for DeAnthony Melton.
When you want to talk about high-volume scores, just look at what DeRozan's doing tonight. He's been on a mission, putting his mark on this game in a big way.
Grant. And that one comes up a bit short. Spurs trail by 21. Here's Walker. Again, the Spurs good for 2. 1:56 left to play here in the 4th. And it's Valanciunas that time on the assist by Morant.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Valanciunas finds Clark. Anderson wide open. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the 4th period. We'll see how it pans out.
Well, as long as they're hitting like this, how can you blame them? They're on a tear.
Walker's shot is off. Memphis has gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Memphis.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33. Here's Watanabe, following the bucket by the Spurs. Jackson dishes to Tolliver from deep. And it's Samanic with the rebound. And Walker's got the ball here for the Spurs. Medu, the shot's good on the assist by Walker.
You can appreciate the fight now, but
It isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. And that's a shame.
Great positioning on the putback.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this one.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big follow. Now here's Jackson, the three. That shot, no good. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And Jackson can definitely rise and be free. Got to keep him out of the paint, or you're just asking for trouble.
Here's Walker. Misses. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for...
The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20. And first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K21.
The Pelicans know their fans will be fired up for tonight's action. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up.
Well, after all the turmoil in New Orleans,
They are fun to watch, that's for sure, Dave. Thank you. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Grizzlies. They're holding the edge for the last playoffs. I am sure they'd feel better if they could jump up a couple rankings. And, of course, there's the Pelicans, 2 spots down.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, they had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now, that's where they are.
I thought this might happen. Confidence can take you a long way, but you also have to have the talent to back it up.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. And for the Pelicans, Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ingram in at the 3. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Grizzlies. It's a 3-point game. And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA. Oh, that was something else.
Well, what a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
And Anderson kicks to Morant. Back to Anderson. From downtown. And it's Morant missing.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
Sinks the 3-pointer.
This is the versatility we talk about with Drew. Able to beat you with the drives and from distance.
And again, Memphis no good.
Oh my God, they can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
Favors passes the ball. Brooks against Holiday. On the wing, Holiday. Just 5 to shoot. Ingram outside. For the 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers. They need this. And good that time.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude. Like how Morant just recognized the open man and the ball is right there.
Williamson, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Williamson's got his second basket of the night.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Morant passes to Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in.
High-level passer. Even for a point guard, Morant shows the imagination.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. 6-point lead. They came away with the victory in the last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Great scoring output from that second unit. Such a luxury to have that extra ammunition.
Well, Steve, it's expected that we'll eventually allow 18-year-olds to enter the NBA draft. You're a proud Michigan State alum. Are you concerned players may miss something by choosing to skip the college experience?
You know, Kevin, in this situation, for sure, there are some players that I would say is going to make some mistakes and maybe come out too early and not be ready. But I think we have to allow them to have these decisions and not have these decisions taken away from them. I love college, but there are some guys that are just ready to go play in the NBA, just like other areas of life. When you're ready, you're ready.
On the wing, Jackson to the paint. It's deflected. And now the Pelicans on the break. Ball with a wide open look. Ingram wide open. It's rebounded by Memphis. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively. And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now Ball. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Sacramento.
Favors is a tremendous athlete who loves to dunk it down. The connection he has with his teammates on the floor is unbelievable.
Outside Holiday. Favors at the elbow over Jackson. Favors can't get it to go.
Hard to create space in that mid-range area. He would have been better passing that off.
And it's Morant missing.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Anderson with the block.
Nice block by Anderson. Can't get too high off the ground, but uses that 7'3" wingspan to full effect.
Right wing. And so the first quarter is in the books. Pelicans lead by 4. And back with the start of the second quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Well, what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively. Also keeping them out of sync.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for New Orleans right now, Jackson is out there with J.J. Redick, and it's Melly in at the 4. Allen passes to Clark. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
You got to know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. While we have the chance, we'd like to reveal the list of the past month's best fast break teams in the NBA. In third, the Pelicans. The Grizzlies, fourth.
Yeah, I mean, the fast break is really the focus for both of these clubs. I mean, we've seen them take it up a notch here of late and really playing with a fast tempo.
The deep three from Redick. It's Clark with the rebound. Memphis trailing here.
A changing of the guard for the Grizzlies. Their star veterans traded away. They held out as long as they could, but it was time.
Allen, that's good.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Here's Melly, and the layup's good off the glass.
I love it. Beautiful job getting to the rim, making a play.
And those great veterans, Marc Gasol, Mike Conley, Tony Allen, Zach Randolph had become a part of the fabric, Steve, of the Grizzlies franchise and the city of Memphis.
Tough to move on from that level of connection. All good things, though, have to end.
Redick with the double team. No good from Clark. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Connects from three-point range. Redick's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Jang, the pass to Clark. They swipe it. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. Here's Jackson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Okafor's checked in for Hayes.
That's his first personal foul. Checking in for your Pelicans.
On defense, the Pelicans. 4-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento. Outside, Redick. That one doesn't go. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. Here's Clark. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And you know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
Outside for Redick. Outside Jackson. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And it's J.J. Redick with the 3. Redick's got 6 in the quarter.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
MO all along. An elite marksman who can hit from anywhere.
Okafor finds Jackson. From past the arc. And the Pelicans get it back. That shot off.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And in today's game, if you don't have poor spacing, your offense is going to struggle.
They call it gravity, the ability of outside shooters to attract defensive attention. Redick, one of those you don't leave for a moment.
Clark hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Clark's got 7.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Here's Melton, guarded by Jackson. Clark, the pass to Melton. To the wing right side. 5 to shoot. From outside, off the mark. New Orleans leading by 7.
And a 2-for-1 is there for them if they want it.
Often the way you end quarters has a big impact on the outcome of the game.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Trains the three-pointer.
And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
This is why you spend so much time devising ways to space the floor. If you can't, you don't get very far.
Redick with the bucket.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Melton passes to Clark. The dish now to Jang. Three-pointer. That shot off. It'll count. The shot missing. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball, and then we've got to continue to.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. They got their lead up to as many as 8 points in the opening period. And that.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You look at J.J. Redick. What a contribution.
Something has kicked him into gear tonight as he has done work on the offensive end.
Not someone they usually rely on to do this, but you need role guys to step up once in a while and help you out.
Kicking off the second half, here's Taylor Jenkins' 5. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at small forward.
Love the gritty work inside from Favors. When he's down there, it makes the defense very nervous.
Steve, we've heard Commissioner Adam Silver broach the idea of a mid-season tournament. How that would be structured, I don't know. But do you think that could possibly work?
You know, I think it's a possibility, Kevin. One, I think you definitely have to have the season shortened to 75 games, 68 games. I think you have to do it on the back end of the All-Star break because we know so much as far as the calendar. When can you fit this in? Maybe 3 or 4 days after the All-Star game during that week. Expand that time off of maybe 3 or 4 days. It's possible.
Assist from.
And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. The lead is 2. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
Favors using his imposing frame to rock the rim.
Yes, that goes in. Valanciunas has got his first points of the night.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
And Anderson slams it in.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Valanciunas dishes to Anderson. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Pelicans making a change. Hayes is checked in.
Checking in.
Jackson kicks to Brooks. And here's Anderson for three. No good that time. And New Orleans will go the other way with it.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
It's good on the putback.
And Williamson doesn't let up, consistently in attack mode. Love his rabid intensity on the backboard.
And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Second shot opportunity. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why: lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points. One of the better defenders in the league, Drew Holiday embraces the challenge.
Morant passes to Valanciunas. To the middle. It's tipped. Pass to Anderson. Memphis moving that ball around. And Jackson throws it down hard.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
And defending the top scorers in the league is no picnic. But Drew Holiday says it's fun for him.
That's what he grew up on. He comes from a basketball family. Defense was a topic of conversation at the dinner table.
11 feet away. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
And Zion is a ferocious competitor. Someone who sticks with plays and devastates defenses with those putback jams.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Jumps up. It's blocked. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Hart, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Redick comes in for Lonzo Ball. And Memphis also making a switch. Clark's checked in. Here's Williamson. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
He's a great shooter, but not just a gunner. JJ finding the open man.
Morant dishes to Valanciunas. Morant kicks to Clark. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Clark's got 9 points.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Pass to Morant. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Now just a 3-point Pelican lead.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Valanciunas finds Anderson. Here's Clark. The kick out to Anderson for the tie. Rebound by Drew Holiday. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Redick for 3. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
You know why? Success breeds confidence, and he's certainly been successful from there time and time again.
But they get it back. Clark, the pass to Morant. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Valanciunas.
That's where Valanciunas is a handful, inside and on the block.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Pelicans ahead, leading by 4. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Holiday at the 1 and Reddick at the 2. Hart is out there with Favors, and it's Okafor in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Pelicans 5. Valanciunas passes to Clark, and that'll be, and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Reddick is a master at getting to the line, finding ways to fool the defense and getting them to bite.
Some changes for New Orleans. Ingram comes in for Josh Hart, and it's Lonzo Ball in for Drew Holiday. Kyle Anderson, who's checked in for Memphis. Dylan Brooks comes in for Milton. Reddick for 3. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
I mean, JJ is a fantastic shooter, someone who's really at his best when taking all kinds of shots.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
The Pelicans tried to build a contender around Anthony Davis. They're hoping this go-around with Zion Williamson, they'll be able to create a more complete team.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. And Steve, with the Anthony Davis trade completed, a new look for the Pelicans.
Yes, plan A, Kevin, was to make it work with Anthony Davis. Instead, they have acquired a lot of young talent, a ton of it. In time, they'll become a team, in my opinion, to be reckoned with.
Valanciunas finds Brooks with the shot. Passes to Jackson. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists in the game. Reddick surveying the D. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Morant. A putback. It's good on the putback.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
It's Brooks on the wing. A reverse. The feet to Valanciunas. There's the pass to Morant. 6 on the shot clock. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Valanciunas.
Huge bucket there from the big Lithuanian. Valanciunas is stepping up.
They've led by as many as 11 points. There's a minute 47 left here in the 4th quarter. And the Pelicans miss again.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Brooks dishes to Valanciunas. Memphis moving that ball around. Here's Jackson. Morant passes to Jackson. And stolen by Favors. Here's Ball. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And Ball is not going to back down in these moments. In fact, he embraces being the man when it's a big possession.
It's Anderson with the drive. Jackson. And it's Melly with the rebound. Pelicans leading by 4. Here's Reddick. Missed inside.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
Here's Melly. Sinks the triple. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they tighten up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
What's amazing about Morant, he racks up steals even though he doesn't naturally gamble a lot.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Ingram finds Redick. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. For three, Ingram. Valanciunas grabs the board. Brooks outside. And it's off from three-point range. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge.
for this special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
The
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. We got a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Grizzlies. They're good enough for 8th place in the conference right now, looking to hold on to that. And, of course, Sacramento, a couple spots below.
And, guys, when you look at Memphis, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Now, you just don't want to sit in the middle for too long. You either want to be competing against the top teams or starting to strategize where you can position yourself for a high lottery pick and maybe turn around your franchise's fortunes.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. And for the Kings, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Holmes, and it's Barnes in at the small forward position.
And purely from a physical standpoint, John Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight, and few players are more explosive athletically.
Memphis moving that ball around. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Barnes outside. The putback. It's rebounded by Memphis. And Valanciunas kicks to Brooks. Valanciunas passes to Brooks. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Holmes. Bogdanovich looking around. Back to Holmes. To the wing on the left. Clock at 4. Takes the 13-footer. Bielitsa misses. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done. Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Fox finds Barnes. Back to Fox. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Outside, Fox. The pass to Holmes. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
He's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that it's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
You see the court awareness Morant has. Outstanding at keeping his teammates involved with good looks.
For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. There's Jackson with the 3. Brooks outside. Passes it to Morant. To the inside. Another shot. Valanciunas. Here's Jackson. To the left wing. Jacks up a 3. And it's Morant. That time on the assist by Jackson.
So tough to guard. When Morant is rising and firing like that, basically impossible to stop.
Now here's Barnes. 9-point game his last outing. The 3. The rebound by Anderson.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
There's Jackson with the 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Well, the Grizzlies coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
Now here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
And here is Fox following Ja Morant's three. To end the cold streak, and the dunk by Barnes.
Yeah, Barnes making that dunk look really easy.
Memphis leading by 11. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Anderson kicks to Morant. Three-pointer, Brooks. And it's Fox with the rebound. Stolen by Anderson. Got it off in time. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back right after this. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Grizzlies have been rolling right along, haven't they?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Giles is out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Len in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Talent coming from everywhere these days, Brent, including the developmental league. The G League has done a wonderful job of watching players develop there and then vaulting them up to the big league.
And I think last year, Kevin, the numbers were that more than half the players in the NBA had spent some time in the G League. You want to talk about that league coming a long way.
What an impact.
Massive.
Yes.
And what you're seeing, too, over the past few years, Kevin, is people doing a great job of using the G League a lot better. Not just experimenting and lab ratting what that team is about, but really well thought out player development and stints for guys on their team rather than just practicing and traveling and sitting and watching games. You're watching guys go play a game in the afternoon and then coming up to the NBA level and participating in an NBA game that night. And, that's going to go a long way to make guys in the early part of their career take the necessary strides in a lot quicker than they normally would.
This two-way contract has been a wonderful addition.
Except if you talk to their agents, Kevin. Yes, it's been very good for the control of an organization to find that kind of talent.
Markers checked in for Len. And Sacramento has possession. They trail by 14. Hield against Allen. Hield the pass to Parker. Now here's Bazemore. D right on him. Shot by Joseph. No good.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up, so maybe just a step too far.
And finished off by Jang.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Hield outside. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Pass to Giles. A shot. Sacramento again missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And Zhang kicks to Allen. Memphis moving that ball around. Melton passes to Zhang. And here is Allen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. No good from Clark.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
The Kings trail by 16.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Back to Joseph. From deep. It's rebounded by Memphis. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers. And it's Allen with the jam.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely.
The culture shift it's been in Sacramento the last few years. Vlade Divac, along with Peja Stojakovic, two of the legendary Sacramento Kings players, finding their footing and trying to put their stamp on this organization with some of the young talent that they've acquired.
The Kings shooting their first free throws of the game.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Barnes, he's checked in for Giles, and it's Fox in for Joseph. Memphis also making some changes. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. Dylan Brooks comes in for Allen. And it's Morant in for DeAnthony Melton. And the dunk by Parker.
Well, Fox with the eyes and ears up that time. Good vision to facilitate.
And Brent, around the league, people are saying the Kings are one of the scarier teams on the rise.
Well, they drafted decently. They play a system that now is speaking to some of their young talent. They've had a nice blend. It's been a long time coming in Sacramento, but fans coming out to the new arena to support this new, young, hungry Kings group.
Now, here's Valanciunas. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. The rebound by Hield. And here's Hield. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. It's a 13-point game. They traveled to Memphis last time they faced the Grizzlies and came away with a win.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Yeah, without the scoring they got from that second unit, that is not a game they would have won. They needed every one of those points that they got off the bench.
And here are the Kings now after Memphis gets the three. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Unloads. And it's Memphis with another. 35 seconds left to play here in the half. Inside from 10 feet out. No good. Shot missing. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. To the right side. Morant passes to Clark. He's covered by Bazemore. Back to Brooks. Pass to Clark. 6 to shoot. And it's Memphis with another.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Well, all night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
And so it's Memphis controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. It's Memphis out in front at the half. They are in blowout territory, leading by 20. And that should do it.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You have to like what you're seeing from John Morant.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Yeah, avalanche warning in this one. He is just on a roll.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the small forward. Brooks misses. Bogdanovich against Anderson. The kick out to Fox. No good on the triple.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
The 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina, Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State. Signs the big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
The pass to Brooks. He dishes it to Morant. Back to Brooks. Morant passes to Valanciunas. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Len's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Jang, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Jackson. They grab their own miss, and Jang kicks to Jackson. Lets it go with a three. Jackson missing again. Greg, you look at Harrison Barnes. What's his best role?
I mean, Kevin, he's a hard worker, able to hit the spot up three. Defensively, his strength gives him some versatility, just a solid contributor.
And that one's good. Brooks.
He's going to punish you, Kevin, if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Down low, Morant with the steal. And here we go with Brooks running it up the court. Takes the three. A three-pointer is right on target. Brooks has got 6 in the quarter.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Bielitsa. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, for Bielitsa, he's not the most athletic player on the floor, but Brent, he produces.
Yeah, Bielitsa, one of those guys who can flow into a transition and stop 3 or 4 feet behind the three-point line and drill you from there. So a nice guy as a secondary option on the break is Bielitsa.
Harry Giles is checked in for the Kings. Joseph comes in for Bogan Bogdanovic. Grayson Allen's checked in for the Grizzlies. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Morant. Got that one up quick. Joseph's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Memphis leading by 23. Passes it to Melton. Tries a three. Second chance shot. The kick out to Anderson. Pass to Melton. Allen surveying the D. It's good from long range. Allen's got 8 points.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And the three ball is good.
Well, Fox trying to work on that outside jump shot, become more consistent. Nice bucket there.
Jang finds Allen. It's Allen on the wing. Fires from deep. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Fox. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got 4 rebounds in this game. Anderson passes to Jang. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jang's got his second bucket of the night.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward. Exceptional court awareness.
Len, good.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Melton passes to Allen. Kicks it to Anderson. Back to Allen. Shoots the three. The rebound by Giles. Sacramento's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Inside, and the dunk by Len.
A nice job by Bielitsa. Be patient. Look for teammates. He found one.
Pass to Jang. Fox with the steal. Outside, Joseph. Over Allen. Here's Giles. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Allen for 3. Rebound by the Kings. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Joseph dishes to Len. Here's Giles. And again, it's Sacramento converted.
That's pretty unselfish there. He sees that there's a better shot on the perimeter and bang, just kicks it out.
Jackson from long range. Len grabs the board. It's Bielitsa. And the miss. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And Brent, with the corner three being such a popular shot, should we consider widening the court, making it all feel the same?
That's an interesting question, Kevin. There's been some talk around the idea of actually dissipating that three-point line into the sideline.
Yes.
And I really just wanted to say dissipating, by the way.
Well, and you said it well.
The other thing, Kevin, that has been considered, what if we went back to skinnying up the lane line, back to the original George Mikan days of the lane being 6 feet wide rather than what we see today at 12 feet? That would put a ton more value on post-up and two-point play, almost so much as the three-point shot and the two-point shot in the post equate to the same amount of points per possession.
Yeah. Hield and Vaughn are the 2 and the 3. Rashawn Holmes out there at Jabari Parker. And it's Fox in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. And there's the pass to Holmes. Shoots. And the shot is long. And the Grizzlies leading by 20. Clark kicks to Brooks. Fires the 3. Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Memphis.
Shooting just 1.
Parker playing for Coach K in college. He's got that pedigree as well as a great attitude.
Here's Valanciunas, and it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Really heads up there, a play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
The Kings making a switch here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Fox with it. Now Valanciunas defending. Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Craig, a high riser, no doubt about it. Valanciunas passes to Clark. And Anderson kicks to Morant. From outside the arc. Can't hit that one. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand.
Trying to improve every year, that's the goal of anyone in the NBA. Bogdanovich has great fundamentals to be able to do that.
Three-pointer, Brooks. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And a wide open look for Valanciunas. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Brooks has got 4 assists in the game. Hield, the pass to Barnes. Back to Hield, uncovered. And that one hits back iron.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Defense right on him. That one goes. Count it. Bogdanovich has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Now, Bogdanovich focused on scoring on the inside, and when he gets close to the basket, it looked like he was hungry to get 2.
Here's Morant. Memphis keeping it alive with a new 14. Lets it go from deep. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Cans it from downtown.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Grizzlies.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Valanciunas.
I liked his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
The second chance effort. Brooks from outside. Sacramento grabs the miss.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Well, he's an accurate shooter and has some great confidence. Bogdanovich with the beauty.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jackson from long range. The offensive rebound. Valanciunas. Anderson passes to Morant. Launches a three. Connects from three-point range.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. To come into an... All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's MyPlayer picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one. In the NBA 2K21 demo, you can...
The scene is being... It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And Memphis...
It's getting late in the season. Let's see how the standings are out west. Look at Memphis. They're holding the edge for the last playoffs. I am sure they'd feel better if they could jump up a couple rankings. And, of course, San Antonio. They find themselves in the dregs of the conference.
And, guys, when you look at Memphis, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and, you know, we've seen them enough to know by now they're not going to make that switch from good to great at this point. Not this year, anyway.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Jakob Poeltl out there at DeRozan. Then there's DeJounte Murray. Then it's White, and it's Walker in at the 3 slot. And for the Grizzlies, Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas. Oh, that was terrific!
Good. Well, I tell you what, DeRozan really packs a punch now. He's an explosive athlete with really good strength. I mean, he's got great size for a backcourt dominant scorer.
Shoots from the baseline. The putback. The rebound by Anderson. And Valanciunas penetrating to the middle. Pass to Morant. Kicks it to Valanciunas. Memphis moving it around. Puts up a 3, and it's Morant. That time on the assist by Anderson. Clark, some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. And that means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter, and that takes a maturity level. And, you know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the moves, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
White sinks the triple.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
And it's in there. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover. All the time in the world to get that one off.
Out to the right wing. Morant passes to Brooks. Jackson kicks to Brooks. To the paint. It's tipped. The feed now to Morant. Clock at 6. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And here are the Spurs. They're on an 11-3 run. And finished off by DeRozan.
Well, you throw it his way, and DeRozan is going to capitalize. When he takes off, he's looking to throw it down with no hesitation.
Morant passes to Anderson. Left side, Jackson. Pass to Morant. There's the dish to Anderson. And the pass to Jackson. DeRozan with it. Guarded now by Jackson. To the inside. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
And a promising trend this month is the rise in his effective field goal percentage. He's showing a lot of smarts. Shot selection has been tremendous, and it's helped his numbers a ton.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Rudy Gay's checked in for Walker. Bryn Forbes comes in for White. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. And then Clark slams it in.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Mills with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Dallas. Gay. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Jackson. Grayson Allen comes in for Brooks. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Morant. Bellinelli for 3. With the putback. And Gay with the second chance points.
Boy, Gay doing a nice job to corral that rebound. A sneaky good play there. He corralled it and finished it. Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
And so it's Mills who will bring it up for San Antonio. It's a 10-point game. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, and that one, they just locked it down defensively. Challenged shots and really protected the rim.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit. Getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now. No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. It's San Antonio up by 12. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Spurs team out there.
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
On the floor for San Antonio, they've got Tyler Zeller. Bellinelli is out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Mills, and it's Forbes in at the 2-guard spot.
And, you know, the Spurs are never afraid to play to the tune of their own drummer. I mean, just as the rest of the league embraces threes and layups, the Spurs going against that grain, leading the league in mid-range shots and post-ups.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of the evening. You were talking about the mid-range and the post-ups. Those are the strengths of DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, Coach Popovich has been so successful for decades because he always adapts to the strengths of his players. Outstanding coaches do that in every sport. That shot diet might not work for most other teams, but if it fits the Spurs, they'll go old school and make it work for them.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
Chang, no luck.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Took him no time at all on that one. Mills has got 6.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
It's stolen by Bellinelli. Gay in the corner. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Here's Zeller. Nifty move. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
A different look now for San Antonio. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Bellinelli. White comes in for Bryn Forbes. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. Well, name some traits that make for a great team leader. You've been in that role. What did you like and embrace, and what have you seen from others?
Well, I think it starts with humility, a real sense of who you are and what your role is on the team as a leader, and then a really good example set. I think those qualities are essential. Humility speaks to selflessness, but also being one that holds yourself accountable too.
Murray surveying the D. Here's Zeller. No good on the shot. Nice D from Valanciunas. Clark finds Brooks. Here's Morant. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Morant's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
Now here's Murray. Guarded closely. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense. Boy, nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
DeRozan against Anderson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And growing up about 15 miles south of the Staples Center, DeMar DeRozan idolized Kobe Bryant, Clark, and patterned his game after him.
And you can see evidence of Kobe's game in DeMarcus's game. You think about the footwork, the ability to post up, the moves and counter moves, the balance and strength. I think he owes a lot of that to the Mamba.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
56 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Back to Anderson. Passes it to Jackson. And here's Morant. A 3-ball. Jackson kicks to Anderson. No good from outside.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Poeltl. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Spurs. Bellinelli comes in for Derek White. That's Mills in for DeJounte Murray.
Even though he's smaller, Morant does not lack assertiveness, which comes in handy down low.
Out to the right wing. And it's Walker penetrating. The wide open look here for DeRozan. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Spurs.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Big DeMar DeRozan brought his A game early tonight. He had 14 points and 3. And that's a wrap with the third.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points and close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. And that's the group for Taylor Jenkins as we begin the second half.
How about this little nugget, guys? When Murray earned all defensive second-team honors in his rookie year, he became the youngest player in NBA history to make the all-defense team.
Down low, it's deflected. It's stolen by DeRozan. And it's Murray penetrating. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. And the Spurs lead by 21. Jackson kicks to Morant. Anderson passes to Morant. Fires the three. Memphis keeping it alive with a new 14. Fires for three. A rebound by the Spurs. Pirtle's got 4 rebounds in this game.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Murray outside. Shot clock at 5. Over Morant.
And superb job by Morant there, making sure to contest without fouling. That's how you play defense.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Sinks the three-pointer. Morant's got 13.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Murray outside. Pass to DeRozan. And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul. And Memphis making a change here. Clark's checked in, then for the Spurs. Gay comes in for Walker. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Derek White. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Morant kicks to Brooks. From the arc. Rebounded by the Spurs. Pirtle's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Mills, he's checked in for the Spurs. From deep three-point range, they get it back. Pirtle tries again. Can't get the layup.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Morant, covered by Mills. Now Morant. He's got 13. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Anderson can't get it to go.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
Up top, Mills. He has 6. Up again, and Gay with the second chance points. Gay's got 10 points.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Here's Morant. Valanciunas passes to Brooks. And Valanciunas kicks to Anderson. Second chance shot, pass to Morant. The three-pointer, no good. And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Couple that with just how well they've shot it from beyond, and they've made this thing look easy.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for the Spurs. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
Let's take a moment now, Kevin, to see how the Spurs are doing in the NBA statisticals currently.
And, you know, going back to their turnovers, fewest in our league, that shows you the intelligence they play with. You have to beat them. They are not going to do it for you.
Spurs leading by 22. And here's Mills from the arc. Knocks down the 3 ball. Mills has got his third bucket of the night.
You know, that's how you stretch a defense out, guys. Mills not afraid to let it fly from anywhere.
And here are the Spurs. They're rolling here with a 9-point run. And then Gay with the jam.
Put that one on the highlight reel. Gay throwing it down with authority.
Melton passes to Clark. Some nice passing there by Memphis. From 18 feet away. Jump shot is good that time. Melton's got his first basket of the night.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
The Grizzlies shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
In the corner, it's Bellinelli. Great look, but off the mark.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back to the action after this word. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court right now for the Spurs, Rudy Gay is out there with Jakob Poeltl. Then there's Bellinelli. Then there's Murray. And it's Walker in at the small forward position. Clark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to.
You've got all the security in the world, believe me.
Jackson.
Outside, White. Poeltl, high post. Out to White, 6 to shoot. From the wing. The shot off that time. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Clark for 3. And Poeltl pulls it down. Poeltl's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Stolen by Brooks. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got 4 assists now tonight.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
No problems knocking that one down. And the Spurs lead by 20.
Well, I tell you what, that's a sight for sore eyes to see Murray connecting from distance, because when he's doing that, he's really open.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Outside DeRozan. trying his luck from deep. And it's Morant with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 20. Anderson dishes to Morant. There's the pass to Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
You see the court awareness Morant has. Outstanding at keeping his teammates involved with good looks.
Memphis foul call.
San Antonio leading by 18. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Good work there as it goes. Pirtle's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Stolen by Brooks. Morant passes to Jackson. And Pirtle sends it back.
And Pirtle deserves a lot of credit for his shot blocking ability. He's a dynamic and dynamite shot blocker.
No good from Valanciunas. And Murray's got the ball here for the Spurs.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Spurs.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for DeMar DeRozan.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
Jackson kicks to Morant. Jackson passes to Morant. Anderson outside. Left side Jackson. Here's Brooks. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. And good. He got the English that time as it falls.
You know, the defense has to be better. I mean, you can't give up that look.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Murray against Brooks. To the paint. Here's Walker. The Grizzlies pull it in. Here's Jackson. And it's White with the rebound. Left side Walker. From deep. No good. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
Hey, that's exact.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony Clark.
wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my MyPlayer started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately. So that's a low blow.
And we've got, well, what a great attitude. He is a monster on defense. David, thank you. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Jackson.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point out.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Favors in at center, locking down the middle. And for the Grizzlies, Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the 3 slot. Now here's Morant. Brandon Ingram missing his last shot. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Well, this is why Morant's teammates love to play alongside him. I mean, exceptional vision, and he's incredibly unselfish.
Holiday, the pass to Williamson. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Here's Ingram. Williamson, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
And that one's good by Favors.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
Ingram passes to Holiday. Looking for Favors. He gets it there. Nice D from Valanciunas.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Here's Morant. A putback. It's good on the putback.
A really smart opening quarter for them at the offensive end. Moving, finding good shots, and 4 for 5 from the field.
Ingram against Anderson. And that one's good. Ingram.
You got to play up on Ingram, especially when he's looking to shoot from the mid-range area.
For Memphis, they've gone 4 or 5 from the field so far. Valanciunas passes to Brooks. Morant with a wide open look. Off target with his 3. Looking at Memphis, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Trailblazers in Portland. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Redick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but it seems like they're off to a nice start.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. So for the Pelicans, 1:57 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Redick. Tries it from 19. And it's Melton with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Allen outside. Launches it. Poked away. And Memphis turns it over again. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Grizzlies. They're good enough for 8th place in the conference right now, looking to hold on to that. And, of course, New Orleans, just a couple spots back.
And for the Grizzlies, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
Yeah, they're kind of in that caught in the middle type group. You know what I mean? You wonder if they need a personnel change to get over the hump.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open. And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
So it's the Pelicans now. The Grizzlies making the shot. Melly, and the rejection by Jang. Stolen away. Pass to Melly. Over Jang, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And the EuroLeague's top scorer last season, Nicolo Melli, had turned down some NBA offers in the past, decides to make the leap to join the Pelicans, and gives them a highly skilled player in that front court.
To the middle, Hayes with the steal, and they're on the break. Hart, that's good.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Back to Allen. From deep three-point range, that shot is off. And New Orleans will come the other way. Fires from 14. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Back to Jang. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
This is his first free throw of the game. And Jang drops them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
And the wide open shot from Redick. And another three for New Orleans.
Oh, I mean, the main weapon in Redick's arsenal, he's out here to shoot it from deep, and he does that well.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Pelicans lead by 6. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. Guys, what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Credit the coaching, GM. Some guys wouldn't have made those substitutions in the first quarter. Now it's paying off.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for New Orleans right now, he's out there with Hart. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Okafor. And it's Redick in at the 2.
And Memphis, a small town, not a free agent destination, but the connection between these fans and their team really stands out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, first of all, I love Memphis. Shout out to Bill Street. Oh, man, they got some great food there, GA. I'll take it to one of my spots next time we're up there. Memphis is known for its food and music. I mean, the MGs, as some call the Grizzlies, a treasured part of the scene.
They get it back. Hey, some nice passing here by New Orleans. There's the triple. Rebound by Jang.
He had 2 3-pointers in the opening quarter. It hasn't been able to connect yet here in the second.
Great pass to set up the lay-in. It's a tie ball game.
You got to know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
The drive by Allen. The 11-footer. Jang controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Okafor. And then Okafor slams it in.
Solid ball movement there. I like seeing Hart make an effort to get it to his open guys.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies are moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Williamson is checked in for Hayes. Ingram comes in for Josh Hart. Drew Holiday's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Frank Jackson. It's good.
An improved playmaker who does a solid job distributing the rock. Don't sleep on Brooks' vision.
There's the three. Second shot opportunity. The kick out to Holiday. Ring shot on the way. Tips it up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Okafor's got it all tied up now for New Orleans.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
It's good on the putback.
What an active player Brooks is. I mean, he does an awesome job there fighting to keep this possession alive.
And here's Ingram from the arc. That shot off the mark. Nice D from Brooks.
He hit that 1 3-pointer in the first quarter. Still none so far here in the second.
And that one's good. Morant. Well, the NBA is entertaining. You know, Chris, it also can have a very social impact in a positive ways. Guys like Kyle Korver have spoken out. The Jazz took action last season. Chris, how do you feel the league has responded to issues like discrimination?
No, I think the league has done a wonderful job, better than any league. First of all, we acknowledge it. You don't just throw it under the rug and say there's no problem here. And that may be the toughest to be able to acknowledge that. And then secondly, to make quick, sweeping decisions, I think has also been awesome too. But I don't think any league in the history of sports has had more players speak up for issues in society than ours. Let's go back to Bill Russell and others, the way that they started the game and came in. You have to love it, and I love the fact that the league is not scared of the narrative, and we work together. And by the way, that Kyle Korver article was so awesome. It was so vulnerable for him to write that. And when you have players like that, no matter what color, that are selfless to speak out to make society better, then it's not just good for the game, but it's great for all of us. So kudos to Kyle, the Jazz, and everyone doing all they can do to make things better for everyone.
Absolutely. Here is Anderson. Zion Williamson making his last shot. Jackson kicks to Morant. And finished off by Morant.
You could do that every time up the floor. Put Morant in the pick and roll and just let him go to work.
In the corner, it's Ingram. Another one falls for New Orleans.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Morant passes to Brooks. From deep. But they'll get another chance. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Ball. Valanciunas, good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Memphis lead is cut back down to 4 points with the basket from Williamson. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock, and it goes down 2 points. And that's 10 points for Valanciunas.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Got a piece of it. Back to Okafor. The kick out to Holiday. High post try. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Jackson from long range. And that one released in time, but no good.
Great D by him, using his long frame.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Half. It's Memphis out in front at the half. They have the 6-point lead. Kenny, what's your team? And that's a wrap with the...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Jonas Valanciunas having a dominant impact in this game.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, you must try to match his energy level first and foremost. But right now, he's just out hustling guys to the ball.
Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the small forward position. And that's the group for Taylor Jenkins as we begin the second half. No good on the three.
Well, you don't see that very often. A wide open three is usually like a layup for him.
And Chris in his 6th season out of UCLA. Small forward Kyle Anderson.
Well, yeah, Kevin, in his first 3 years, improving his long-range distance, shooting to over 37%. Now, it's fallen back off the last couple of seasons, but he's a smart, savvy player, and he's at his best when he's hitting shots.
Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Brooks has got the lead up to 6 now for Memphis.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Anderson finds Valanciunas. The kick out to Anderson. Back to Valanciunas. Morant passes to Jackson. Memphis moving that ball around. Just 5 to shoot. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Here's Valanciunas. And the rejection by Favors. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Allen with it. Now guarded by Redick. And it's Allen slamming it down. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Six on the shot clock. Passes it to Jang. Goes back up. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And now on our rookie leaderboard, who are the rookies grabbing the most rebounds in the NBA right now? Let's take a look. Take a look at Clark. No doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game.
Already in his first season, he's really a man in the paint. Ready-made with the strength and determination to make his presence felt.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson comes in for Jang, and it's Morant in for Grayson Allen. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Hart.
Oh, man, a solid score. You give Hart shots like these, he's ready to capitalize.
From deep three-point range, and it's Morant missing.
He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
The shot by Redick, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Outside for Jackson. Feeds to Clark. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Clark's got his second basket of the game. It's Redick on the wing. Takes a 3. He can't hit that time. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way.
Yeah, Kevin, the front office shakeup this summer for the Grizzlies now. The new leadership wants to take more of a long-term proactive approach.
Favors dishes the ball. His first shot coming late. Favors. And there's Favors putting it right back in. Favors has got 4 points this quarter.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Anderson, he's checked in for Memphis. Dylan Brooks comes in for Milton. And New Orleans also making a change. Hayes is checked in. And many fans in Memphis had hoped for a change. But, Chris, they still had some question marks with this new leadership.
Yeah, Kevin, that's because they're relatively young and unproven. former lawyers rather than basketball minds, but we're seeing that league-wide, teams are going with former agents and lawyers in their front office.
Count that bucket. Hayes has got his third basket of the night right there.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And the Grizzlies leading by 6. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Oh, man, one of the smoothest young playmakers I've seen. Morant's passes are almost always on time and on point.
Anderson outside. And there's the pass to Brooks. He dishes it to Clark. Lets the three fly. They get it again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And it's a 10-point Grizzly lead.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Good on the three-point shot.
Oh, guarding Redick, is a chore, especially when he's hitting difficult contested shots. Kills the D's motivation.
Morant passes to Anderson. Morant dishes to Brooks. And stolen by Redick. Pass to Favors. Inside. And Hayes throws it down.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum-shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Grizzlies out in front, up by 5. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday at the 1 and Redick at the 2. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. And it's Hayes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. To the middle. Here's Williamson. 2 free throws coming. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Taylor Jenkins just reviewed his plan with his team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. And we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
And when Clark is on fire, he stays aggressive. You got to love how this young fella is willing to dominate games. And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
New Orleans on D. Left side, Anderson. He kicks it to Morant. Back to Anderson. Some nice passing there by Memphis. 4 on the shot clock. And slam dunk by Clark.
Well, this is the attitude Anderson brings. A selfless player who loves giving it up to his open guys.
Brooks, the pass to Morant. Here's Valanciunas. Redick with the rebound.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Holiday dishes to Redick. Back to Holiday. Outside, Redick to tie it up. Grizzlies with the rebound. Clark's got 4 rebounds in this game. to Morant. Takes it off the glass.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Hayes. Nice feed from Valanciunas.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Holiday, the pass to Reddick. And the Pelicans miss again. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Anderson finds Brooks. Here's Morant. Three-pointer. And it's Ingram with the rebound. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Hayes the pass to Reddick. Now here's Williamson. Stolen by Anderson. Clark dishes to Morant. Good D by Holiday. Pelicans trail by 7. It's Ingram on the wing. Defended by Anderson.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Three-pointer, Brooks. But they recover it. And Valanciunas kicks to Anderson. Morant passes to Anderson. The tray. Ball's knocked loose. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Reddick for 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
That's just the veteran leadership of Reddick. When you need a bucket, he wants to be the one taking the shot.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They're up by 4. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though. They can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. And the Grizzlies leading by 6. And finished off by Morant.
So good at making plays in the open floor, whether Morant's running a break or finishing.
A costly foul there. He'll shoot 3 free throws.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
He makes the first of 3, and that narrows the gap to 7. He makes the second free throw, and that trims the lead to 6. And no good on the third free throw. So he ends up going 2 of 3.
They're looking to get the most out of every possession. Frustrated to miss even one free throw.
Anderson dishes to Valanciunas. There's Morant. From deep. Valanciunas passes to Clark. On the wing, Brooks. From deep three-point range, and it's Morant missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Passes it to Brooks. There's the 3. They get the rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
Because of Anderson's height and instincts, he's a force on the offensive glass.
The pass to Brooks. Here's Valanciunas. Can't get it to fall. So it's Memphis picking up the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. But once they started to really...
hang time. Moving the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, charge it again like it's credit, your team crowd need an edit, yeah. I see face and get it, hold up, ooh, that's good, need a minute, need a plan to revive, let's get a shot pressing. They say what I said, they got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot up, I don't miss often. No look, I had to boss up, get the post up when it's OT, when I'm home.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, and David Aldridge is standing by here, a little intimidation factor, DA. Thanks. Get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Memphis, they're holding the edge for the last playoffs. I am sure they'd feel better if they could jump up a couple rankings. And of course the Kings, 2 spots down.
And guys, when you look at Memphis, they've been strong at times this season, but they still have some hope. I think they're a playoff caliber team. I just don't think they're a championship caliber team.
This has been the thought all along. They have enough to compete night in and night out, but they're not taking 4 out of 7 from a top team in this league. No way.
Now Sacramento starting 5. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Harrison Barnes is out there with Bialits, and it's Holmes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Memphis, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the small forward. Jackson kicks to Anderson. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Back to Brooks. Shot clock at 6. And the 3 ball is good. Steve, we know it's a long season for the players, but talk about the coaches.
Kevin, you've seen it. Those coaches that are on a hot seat, they have those bags under their eyes, no sleep. Those coaches that have a long contract and they're winning, they're pretty good. And I think the coaches that sleep well is the coaches that have teams that they know that kind of runs themselves.
Bobbed up there for Barnes.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Brooks outside. The pass to Anderson. The dish to Jackson. Brooks outside. To the inside. Outside for Jackson. Takes the 3. Brooks misses. The Kings have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
Holmes finds Bogdanovich. Back to Holmes. Barnes outside. Pass to Bialits. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
You see the length of Valanciunas on display with that block. Just went up and got it.
Passes to Morant. On the wing, Jackson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Jackson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Valanciunas passes to Anderson. Bogdanovich against Brooks. Back to Anderson. Brooks kicks to Anderson. Here's Valanciunas, and that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Kings leading. Bogdanovich left side. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Bogdanovich has got 6 points. And the Grizzlies, they come in off the loss to the Trailblazers.
A new Memphis head coach, 3 of the last 4 seasons. Changeover in the front office as well. Hopefully, they'll find some continuity moving forward.
So both teams making some changes here. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. To the paint, it's Bialits. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
Yeah, instinctively, too. Fox there looking to be a ball mover, a facilitator. And that's one reason why his team is playing well.
Smitty, this Grizzlies team has always given a good effort. How tough do you think it is to see a coach let go, even when his players are responding?
You know, it's very tough because you gain trust in that coach. And often having a coaching change are more of a symptom of what's going on above them in the front office.
Out to the wing. And another turnover here by Memphis. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
Yeah, not a fan of moral victories, but that game in a lot of ways was a confidence booster for them because they really didn't have it that night and yet still had a chance.
It's a testament to their character. They never gave up and fought their way back into it. They have to be happy with that at least.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Clark dishes to Jang. And stolen by Bazemore. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Joseph finds Len. Here's Bazemore. Back to Len. 6 on the shot clock. Healed outside. Joseph, the pass to Giles. Here's Healed. A putback. It's good on the putback.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
And so it's Sacramento holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. We come back right after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Kings to be in. What do you guys think?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Sacramento. Joseph and Heald make up the backcourt. Alex Len out there with Giles, and it's Bazemore at the 3 spot.
They are really struggling from the floor.
Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by the Kings. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them. And stolen by Jang. Fast break Memphis. Memphis moving that ball around. Pass to Melton. Back to Jang. Here's Melton. 5 on the clock. Puts up a 3. Len grabs the board. Kings leading now by 13. Bazemore. No one around him. Offline with his 3. For Memphis, they've gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Here's Jang. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Excellent timing on that play and a wonderful pass.
The pass to Giles. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Sometimes, Smitty, you see someone make a pass and wonder, how did he even see that guy? I mean, it's amazing to me.
Yeah, I think Chris Paul leads that list. I think from a big Jokic, Trae Young is a young guy, Ben Simmons, Doncic, those guys see the floor extremely well.
Anderson, he's checked in for Memphis. And the Kings also making a change. Parker's checked in for Alex Len. Allen passes to Melton. Back to Allen. Over to the wing. He kicks to Anderson. Back to Allen. Tipped away. Anderson outside. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. You can just chalk up the points when these guys get to the line. Here are your top free throw shooters for the past month. Second is Buddy Hield.
And during that time, guys, he's been an absolute dead-eye shooter from the free throw line. His concentration just never wavers.
Joseph down low, working on Anderson. Anderson with the block.
Nice block by Anderson. Can't get too high off the ground, but uses that 7'3" wingspan to full effect.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. Jackson comes in for Clark. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Grayson Allen. And it's Morant in for DeAnthony Melton. Sacramento also making some changes. Barnes comes in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Fox in for Corey Joseph. Hield kicks to Barnes. Out to Parker. Down low, here's Giles, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Brooks with no one around. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Hield outside. Barnes outside. Parker outside to the right side. Giles. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Kings lead by 11.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Wasted no time on that one. Parker's got 4 this quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Oh, the lob to Parker, and the dunk by Parker.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Jackson passes to Morant. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morant's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Showing off the focus there. It's hard trying to distract Morant when he's locked in on his jumper.
Shot by Hield, nobody around, and right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Offside Fox. The rebound by Anderson. Pass to Morant. Kicks to Valanciunas. Anderson with the ball. Brooks feeling it out a bit. And he's good on the 3-ball. Brooks has got a pair of triples in the second now for Memphis. The wide open look here for Fox. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Sacramento Kings.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the 2K. It's Sacramento with the advantage at the half. They lead by 10. Jack, how do you... That's all for now. Say goodbye to...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the small forward. And that's the group for Taylor Jenkins as we begin the second half. Bogdanovich passes to Bielitsa. Fox dishes to Bogdanovich. 5 to shoot. Fox kicks to Bogdanovich. Over Morant. And he overshot that one, missing. And it's Bielitsa with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Morant. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Kings leading now by 5. Fox passes to Barnes. And it's Bielitsa atop the key. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. 6 to shoot. Stolen by Brooks. Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
You love the energy and effort Morant provides, especially when he's on the break.
The kick out to Barnes. Sacramento gets it back.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down and track it.
Here's Anderson. He gets that one. Anderson's got his first bucket of the night.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
And so Fox will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Barnes outside. Back to Bogdanovich. And he banks in the layup. Bogdanovich has got 8.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Brooks.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And Bielitsa kicks to Fox. Bogdanovich passes to Bielitsa. Back to Bogdanovich. Trying to find Holmes. Gets it to him. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 7 rebounds in the game.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
Here's Morant, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Look at the big man Valanciunas showing off the playmaking skills.
Knocks it loose, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That is his first foul of the game. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jang, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Clark comes in for Jackson. Allen's checked in for Brooks. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Morant. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Sacramento. Corey Joseph comes in for De'Aaron Fox. Back to Anderson. Memphis moving it around. He dishes it to Jang. Back to Anderson. Shoots over Bazemore. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Jang. And the Grizzlies lead by 1. You know, Steve, the 2018 rookie class really burst out onto the scene. What has impressed you most about that group?
I think a couple things, Kevin. First of all, they're very talented. They handle themselves extremely well off the court. But most of those guys were able to last through the rookie wall and play pretty.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Bazemore, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. This is a good time to go to our 2K leaderboard and look at a few of the league's best defenders, small forwards leading their position in steals so far in the season's second half. You take a look at Bazemore, 5th in the NBA, very crafty player.
And this is the set of guys that can do as much or more damage with their defense as they can with their offense. They know how to swoop in for a steal from anywhere on the floor.
They're not just great on-the-ball defenders. These are players who get in the passing lanes, they double team, and they love harassing guys in the paint.
On the wing, Heel, defended by Allen. Here's Parker, and the rejection by Jang. And it's Memphis on the break. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Memphis shooting their first free throws of the night right here. And he makes the first but misses the second.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
Back to Allen. Pass to Clark. Here's Melton, guarded by Len. To the middle, here's Jang. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jang's got the lead up to 2 now for the Grizzlies.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Memphis out in front as they end the 3rd quarter with a huge surge, an 18-6 run. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the 4th. Fox at the point with Hield to his side. They're the backcourt. Jabari Parker is out there with Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Len in at the center position. Fox kicks to Parker. Hield from outside. It's rebounded by Memphis. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And now we'll look at the upcoming schedule for Sacramento. On Sunday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And for that matchup against the Rockets, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group. And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
Fox dishes to Parker. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 3 assists in the game.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
Melton passes to Brooks for the 3. Len grabs the board. Len's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Hield with the bucket. And it's a 6-point Kings lead.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
From deep, Brooks. The Grizzlies with another miss. On offense, here are the Kings. Good momentum, 8 straight points. And it's Fox with the jam.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Bjelica finds Fox. It's Clark with the rebound.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Some nice passing there by Memphis. Pass to Brooks. A 3-ball. Again, the miss by Brooks. Here's Sacramento now. They're on a 10-2 run here. Here's Fox. Another miss by Fox. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Clark for 3. Rebound by the Kings. Bjelica's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Parker kicks to Fox. Now the pass to Len. Parker against Jackson. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. And some changes here for the Kings. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Len. Barnes comes in for Jabari Parker. And it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Hield. Morant passes to Valanciunas. Jackson. Sacramento grabs the miss. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. The kick out to Fox. And so Sacramento again turning it over.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Pass to Anderson. Passes it to Morant. The three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
Barnes finds Fox. Now, here's Bielitsa. Holmes. They shoot again, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And sometimes Fox just can't be contained. I mean, he plays with so much heart and passion and terrific at scoring, even when he gets bodied up.
He throw good, Fox.
Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
Fox against Brooks. Takes a three. The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Fox. Barnes outside. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Boy, that was a big shot.
And stunned silence, guys. That's the atmosphere in here after that shot.
Holmes, good.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Nobody near Barnes. And he makes good on the layup. And now a 12-point Kings lead.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. The first free throw is good. And so he hits both. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Allen dishes to Tolliver. Pass to Melton. Allen outside to halt the run. Brewer with the rebound. The three from Bogdanovich. That shot no good. Can't connect. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what? All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge.